So, left hand one here was your before, okay? So again, your ball flight, as you've always said, very low. Your hands, the top of the backswing, have this kind of like over the top motion here now, where you sort of get a little bit steep on the swing coming down, and that will invariably drive the ball very low. Now, previously, because of your leg movement, you couldn't drop the club from here. Your arms weren't able to go down here because your knee and hip had slid this way back towards the camera, and there was no space for your arms to go. They had to go in somewhere, and they just go over the top this way and get over the top. A little bit steep in terms of transition. Then you kind of back it up. Your club doesn't really come from outside the line, but it's just coming down too steep and de-lofted. So when you try and hit a draw, it can potentially become one of them. And when you try to get the loft up in the golf club, it'd be one of them. And then your dispersion is massive, okay? So you got to feel now in terms of this movement here now. Good hip turn there. Bit long because you want to turn a bit more, but the feeling now, your arm's almost coming down here. You can see how much this sort of feels way behind. And this is, again, is the extreme opposite to where your arms were going, like on that clip we showed with Noren there at the range. So you do this. So you do 3, 4, 5 these sort of movements, bumping the club from the top. So again, swing the top, left arm now. Good position there in terms of arm plane. Arms are just falling down here, dropping. So that's going to bring the club more here and up. So when you want to hit a draw or a fade, your launch angle being a little bit better, you've got more control of that face. You're not trying to fight the plane of the swing. Because if you come down steep, your natural tendencies now that you're not going to release the golf club so easily. So if you sort of hang on to it, it's just going to be like a bit of a block. Then you've got to use your hands so much, which, yes, you'll get good at doing. But every now and then you use your hands a bit too much, and the big old sling hook comes in. And we don't want a game of golf to be much that you're trying to... The only way you can square the club is your hands rotate so much, because that's a recipe for disaster, really. So you've got to feel this motion here now. Then as you set the golf ball now, get yourself at the target, line yourself up, look at target as you are there, and now we just swing it, okay? And we'll see here now as the club goes back, it's a little bit high there, but not too bad. We're looking for some daylight between the shaft and your neck as you start coming down. There's a little bit there. It's moving a little bit this way, and that's over time going to sort of gradually move back with all those practice swings, yeah? If you actually swung it to where your practice swings were back here, you went down here, you probably missed the ball. So these are just like trying to pull your swing plane this way in practice. In an ideal world, we want the club to be kind of a bit more kind of this way through your right bicep, yeah? So the club's kind of coming down from here now, it's kind of coming down this area, it's not through this area, yeah, as you're looking down the camera line visually. So you practice the movement at the other end of the spectrum. Then once all that's been done, you then just step to the golf with that, and then you swing it, the arms then coming down a little bit sort of shallower here. At least there's a little bit of downward movement. And again, we wouldn't expect to be much anyway, but noticeably with this shot, the one we got on camera here now, as you come with the golf ball, club's coming back from the inside nicely, the ball can start just right at that white line. Launch angle, I think on this one was 14.2, and you got your draw, yeah? So you're able to hit a right to left shaped shot with the correct loft and the correct launch. In the past, you could hit right to left, but it'd be low. You hit the ball high, but it'd be a slice. Yeah. If the fact you can hit a 14.2, I mean 12.4 actually. It was one way around the other two, a 12 and a 4, yeah? And get the shape you wanted, and it'd be straight. There's no point in drawing, just snap hook over there, yeah? Or get that launch and it'd been 50 yards offline. So work on those arms, working from the top. Sort of almost like it's like a delay and a pause, yeah? Not Hideki length delay, but that kind of feeling of your arms are just doing nothing here now. Gravity is just pulling them down, okay? And then your body can unwind. Once that club kind of gets down to kind of sort of hitting position here now your speed's coming on. You're just twisting through the ball as you normally do anyway. It's a good movement, a nice balance, follow through. Yeah, it's a good functional swing, to be fair, mate. It's just, I think, just getting that angle just tweaked a little bit just to get that club working a bit more from the inside and get that launch up that you want. Okay, mate?
Yep, definitely.
Makes sense?
Yep.
So now your arms can work better. You've got to practice it and then implement that through times. Beforehand, you with your lower half movement doing this, you couldn't get your arms drop there. They had to go and find some space, yeah? Otherwise, they're going to hit yourself. So, okay, mate?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well done, buddy.